Hi guys, welcome back. This will be my part 2 of starting a Mill Hill kit. So what you're looking at here is my working copy of my pattern. I have tried to cover up most of it so that, and I'll actually cover up this little part, so that I'm not sharing the pattern. And what I'm going to show first is finding the center. So yesterday, or it was literally yesterday, I don't know when you're watching this. In the first video, I showed you in the instructions, it tells you to make an X from corner to corner. And then where your lines intersect is the center of your project. So, to make sure that you have enough room on this piece of perforated paper, you can match that up with the center of your pattern. So, just like a regular cross stitch pattern, or maybe you've never stitched a regular cross stitch pattern, I don't know. You find the arrow. So my working copy, I'm assuming this is in frame. On the working copy, my arrow was cut off by the printer, so I went ahead and put it in there. So this is the middle of my top, and over here is the middle of the other side. So this is the third one over, so I'm just going to take my yellow friction pen. I'm going to just lightly go down that one because I do use colored pencils to color this in, so I don't want to color in the whole center. So I'm going to go down about right there. That's close. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to go across this way. So I'm going to go like this. So where this intersects is right here. So it's coming down this way and it's going this way. So this right here, and these are actually erasable. So I tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to erase this so that when I do my colored pencil, it doesn't show as much. Okay, so this colored in number 2 is my middle spot. So now it's up to you on how you want to approach that. So if you look at this, I have that X. So that number, that little symbol is going to be, it doesn't have to be like exact, but as close as you can get to that hole. So let me get my, and one tip I have is I kept my bag. I put my picture back in there and I put my button and my beads back in here because the last Mill Hill kit I did, I just put my beads in this bag. And I had left it unzipped, and they fell out. And thankfully, my husband found one under the couch, and I found the other one under the couch. If not, I would have had to buy all those beads. So I'm going to get the bead pack out that has my size 24 needle and take that needle out. Try not to stab myself with a beading needle because Lord knows I do it all the time. Okay, so there's my needle. Now I can put this back in this package safe and sound where it's resealable. Now if that falls out, that's a lot easier to find than this little pack of beads. And then find my floss. Okay, so there's a couple ways you can do this. One is to start in the center. So the center here is, I would consider it to be this because it is the closest hole to where those intersect. So you could look at your pattern and say, well, that's number 2. And then the number 2 symbol is very light blue, 932, and you use 2 strands. Another way is you can say, well, I don't like to start in the center like me. I'm not a middle starter. But I don't want to be short, so I'm going to count. So if I counted, these are 20 because these are 2 sections. So that's 10 and 10, so that's 20. So 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. So I could count up 36 from here. So I'm going to do that real quick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. So that's very close to the edge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I got a pencil here. I don't have a let's see. I don't have a regular pencil, but I have these color pencils. So I'm just going to lightly mark that. Well, that's too dark. I mean, too light. I'm going to lightly mark this. Okay. And then to count over, I'll have to move this post-it note to find. So I'm at this point now, so I'm going to count over to find this corner. So let me see how many spaces that is. Let me just move this post-it note down just a little bit. Okay, so I would need to go over 1, 2, and this is 10, and this is 10, so that's 22. This is 10, so that's 32, plus 4. So 36 spaces from the center. So let's do it again. So 36, 36. Oh, that makes sense, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Oh, it slipped out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Okay, so there's my 36. Now, it's not exactly on that line, but this may not be cut, I don't know. To me, it should have landed one over, but I'm sure that's close enough. So, if I want to start in the corner, then, well, that pencil's messed up. Then this would be, that one is too. These are Parker's color. These are erasable colored pencils. So that would be my starting point. And you know what? I just messed up. That is actually this side. But it's all, let's see, it's all square. So because it's square, even though this would be the left side, I can flip it this way and it should still be correct. Or close enough. So I didn't think about that, about it being reversed. So if I want to start in the corner, I could just do that. Or I could count again. 36, because it should be 36 this way. So 73 by 73. So yeah, that's 36 and a half. So one of them is an extra one. Let's see, no. 35. Yeah, 36 and a half. So one's going to be 36 and one's going to be 37. So that's why it didn't line up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I go 6 down on this line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right here should be my start. That may not make, that may just be like, my math brain. But this should be 37 from this dot to this dot. And this should be 36 because it's 37, 36. Okay. And if you want to know how I got that, it's because it says design size is 73 wide by 73 high. So I just split that in half. Because they put the center point right here. So that would be 36 and that would be 37. Alright. So, if you start from the bottom, then you would count to the corner where you want to start. Is how you would do it. Now, I'm not sure what I want to do because if I start over here, as you see, I hold it like this, so it's going to be kind of hard, but I do like to start in the top right corner and work my way down. So, when you look at the pattern, oh, my husband's making tea. Oh, it's fine. If you look at the pattern, I got button covering that up. That may also take into account where you want to start. If you want to start in the white, some people like to get their white out of the way down here, or if you want to start in one of the corners, or if you want to start in the very center. So I think I'm going to start in the corner. And so, alright, so I'm going to look at my pattern in the corner. Let me cover this up, so I'm not giving away any big copyright material. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a colored pencil. I'm going to pick navy blue. Now, I really don't need to do this for this color because that's a really easy symbol for me to read. But just to show you how I do it, I'm going to go ahead and pick it. So I'm going to pick navy blue. And all of these symbols, which is the this half triangle right here, is dark blue color 930. So I'm just going to lightly color in. And like I said, these are Crayola erasable colored pencils that we use for homeschool. And I like them because they're erasable. Because if I go like this, you just erase it. See? So it's really, if you make a mistake, it's not a big deal. It's not like a highlighter where, I mean, there are erasable friction highlighters. But it's not like a highlighter where, sorry if you hear my husband coughing, he's sick. We're also sick. I got my COVID booster yesterday. So I do feel tired from that. But we've all just been sick and it's just sucked really bad. My mom, I had to take her to the doctor yesterday because she has a kidney issue. So they're trying to get that cleared up before her surgery. So I'm just kind of going down this way and filling in all of these. And I mean, it's not exact, but it's enough to where it draws my eye to where I need to stitch. And then when I get done with these, I'll pick a color that contrasts. So let's say, for instance, next time I'll do a pink. So for the arrows, the arrow symbol is next. So that's light blue 931. So then I would know wherever I see the pink, like this, that's a light blue. So all of these symbols are your regular DMC. Everything down to here. So from this symbol to here is regular stitching, cross stitches, DMC with 2 strands. This is a long back stitch of brown, and this is a long back stitch of white. And it tells you what to do for those. When you move down to this section on the bottom, you have different symbols. So how you figure out what color floss to use is, like, white has the symbol of the open circle with a shadow, and it says white. Now, it won't give you the DMC number, so let me pick one that's not white. Okay, Petite Crystal Aqua. You use 2 strands of very, very light blue. Now, it doesn't tell you the DMC color, so to get that, you go up here and you see where it says very, very light blue. So 3753. And if you're like me and you don't want to look back and forth 100 times, you can write that down. Let me see if I can find my pen that I had. I just had a pen. There it is. So for white, that's self-explanatory. It's white. For Petite Crystal Aqua, very, very light blue, like I just said, it's 3753. For Petite Bay Leaf is green. So you go up here to green, and it's 522. And Petite Bottle Green is aqua green. So what I do, this is what the instructions say, and this is what I do. And aqua green is 503. Is these symbols right here for beads, I do not stitch. I stitch everything that is in the regular DMC symbols. Then you'll have spaces where your beads go. I think on this kit, most of the beads go down here. So then I will go in and do the beads. So for the white, you do a full cross stitch. So you load your needle up with 2 strands of white and you pull your needle up, put your bead on the needle and go back down into your regular cross, and you follow the instructions for beading a full cross. All of these are full crosses, so I guess because it's 2 strands, none of them are half crosses. They're all full. So all of these will be full crosses, and if you want to, I will show how I do that when I get to the beading, but I will not do the beading until I have everything else done. That's just the way I did it on the last one. That's the way the instructions say, and even though I don't always follow the instructions, I feel like on these Mill Hill kits, it's easier for me to keep track of if I wait and do the beading last. So when you see these symbols, these 4 symbols, you do not, if you want to wait and do your beading later, you just don't stitch these 4 symbols. Okay? Hope that makes sense. Let me make sure I'm still recording and how much time. Okay, 16 minutes. Alright, so now I'm going to thread my needle and get started. So just reviewing again, this is where I'm starting, up in the corner, and I'm starting with DMC 930, and it says to use 2 strands. I love that. The last one I did, I had to use 3 strands, and I couldn't do a loop start. So I love that this is a 2-stranded project. That makes it a lot easier. So this is my 930, and so I'm going to pull this off. Yeah, anytime I can do a loop start, my back will be a lot nicer too from doing a loop start. Now this color is very similar to the color of the background, so it's not going to show up very well. So even though this isn't a great color to show to start with, it you know, it is part of the pattern. I guess I could start in the middle for y'all and just do a few stitches. I'll do that. I'll go ahead and do something in the middle, and then I can go back and start in the corner. That way y'all can see it. So let me look at my chart. In the middle is 2s. A lot of 2s. What is white? White is a little... I don't know. I'm looking at my pattern. I really don't want to start in the middle. I'm afraid I'll mess it up. Okay, sorry. I lied. I don't want to mess it up. I hope y'all understand. Because I would have to take the whole thing out and color it. And I'm not ready to do that. Alright, so I'm going to find the place that I marked, which is this hole right here. And it's not the middle, so it would be... Let's see. I'm going to start up a little bit just to make sure that, because in the picture they have 3 holes. So I don't know if I should start here. I think I'll start here. Okay. Alright, so I brought it up. I'm bringing it back down. I'm doing the loop method, so I'm taking my needle through and pulling it, and that completes the loop. Yeah, you can't see that at all. I'm sorry. It's the same color. Even I can't hardly see it. Okay, so I'm coming back up. Now, you guys may stitch a different way. I am doing this in how I stitch in hand. But I could also do like a traditional cross because I'm not holding it like I'm stitching in hand because it's stiff. So you just stitch the way you like to stitch. I stitch right to left. You may stitch left to right. Okay, if I get this first row in, then I can switch to a lighter color so that you can see. So I'm going to do that. So we're going to do 8. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this is really hard. I'm not even gonna lie. It's hard to see. It's like stitching white on white. You hear Parker laughing, he's in there on the computer. I'm trying to make a decision on what to do about school. So, it's up in the air whether or not I think I'm going to be able to handle it, because my mom's surgery is more serious than what I realized, and she's going to need a lot of help, and I just don't know if it's going to be too much for me to try to go to school full time too. So, I haven't made a decision. School starts on Monday. Her surgery's Tuesday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more, and then I can just switch colors. That's the only thing. I tell you what. I'm going to get some washi tape. I don't know where my painter's tape is, but I'm going to tape up that edge. I had a roll of washi tape over here. Okay. The washi tape I like, I can't find it. This is cheap washi tape from the dollar store, and it does not stick well. But we're going to try it anyway. It's kind of long, too. I need my thin washi tape. Let's see if I have another roll of it in here. Okay, that might work. This one's super thin, but the one I'm looking for is kind of in the middle. So I'm going to try to just put some washi tape on this thing, because this one is more flat. It's not completely flat, but it's more flat. But the ones where it's real rigid like this, your floss is going to get caught on there a lot. So I'm going to try this out and see if that helps. You know, washi tape doesn't stick real well, but since this is paper, maybe it'll work. Okay, so let me turn it this way and do another side. And so yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do school or not. It's a big time and expense, because I do have my tuition paid for, which is great, but I have to cover my own books, and then also any incidentals, gas money, all that stuff, you know, that adds up over time, and then the time commitment. So yeah, I haven't decided. All right, that's all I'm gonna do right now. So for this, I'm just going to end it. 8, so that I can start a new color so y'all can actually see what it looks like. Alright. This is going to be tricky to end these with that method, because you know the sewing method, this is the sewing method I use. That's how your back looks. It's trickier on perforated paper because you don't have the flexibility. My dogs are probably going to bark because the mailman just pulled up. I'll try to edit it out if they do. So, yeah, you don't have the flexibility that you do with fabric, so it's harder to end your floss. Alright, but I may switch to like the traditional where you go like half a stitch over and then come back and cross your stitch. I may do that. I think I'll try it that way and see which way I like better. These are my husband's old paper scissors, but they're close, so. Alright, so the next color that should show up is the arrows, and it's 931. So that's this color. It'll show up a little bit better for y'all. It's still not super light, but it's better than the one that's the exact same color as the paper. So it just feels like with school, like a lot of things that went wrong, and I feel like it's like everything's going wrong. Like I should be like, okay, this is not working out. God's trying to tell me, like, just slow down. You don't need to be doing this. But then I'm like, well, what if I'm wrong? So, I don't know. I have to make a decision, though. And I told my husband, he's like, well, what are you going to do? I'm like, I don't know, because I don't feel good. I'm still recovering from being sick, and I don't feel like I can make a good decision. Okay, so this time I'm going to start the traditional way. So, 1, 2, 3 is where I would start. Oh, that didn't work. Right here. I have to, like, switch my brain. I'm still going to do the loop method. Oops. Okay. So that's 3 stitches. This is definitely easier than the 3 strands of floss like I did on my last mill hill, but the coverage is definitely not the same. But since this is a full coverage piece, I don't think it's going to make that big a difference in the end. It's still going to be really nice. I mean, they obviously know what they're doing. But this would be so cool, stitched on Aida, Navy Aida. Alright, so that's the lighter blue, if you can see that. Parker's having a good time in here. I hear him laughing. Yeah, that washi tape from Dollar General is cheap. It does not stick to anything. I need to get some more washi tape. I had a bunch and Mose kept eating it. Stormy knocked it off from my sewing table into the floor, and then Mose would chew it up. They're tag teaming my washi tape, and I don't know how many rolls, probably 3 or 4 rolls they've done that way. So, yeah, they're little boogers. So I just follow this. So hopefully you can see that. And my crazy nails is I bite my nails, and I have fat wrinkly hands, but it's okay because I'm 41 years old and I'm not 20. But even when I was 20, I had fat wrinkly hands because it's genetic in my family. My mom has always had those hands. My grandma has always had those hands. But my mom always has had pretty nails because she doesn't buy her nails. Excuse me. Alright, so I'll lay that down flat, and you can see that way better than you can see this blue. Alright, so I'm going to stop there. So that is how I started my Mill Hill kit. And like I said, if you want to start in the middle, you just pick the hole closest to where the X intersects and use that as your middle. If you have any questions, let me know. I don't know how often I'll be working on this because I may just do a Mill Hill Monday. I don't know. Because I'm also doing Whip Go and some sales and things like that. So I'm not sure. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out with me. And we'll try to film a floss tube tomorrow morning to get back on schedule. I hope it works out. And like I said, tomorrow night we're doing a Zoom. If you're watching this before the 7th of January, and that's when the Zoom is. So that the link is in my link tree on Instagram, which is at Crystal Rowe, but I will also post it on YouTube. So you can just join in with us. Alright, bye guys.